Meet RODY, more bang for the buck. Wall Street suits, your time is up. Meet RODY, more bang for the buck. Meet RODY, more bang for the buck. Wall Street suits, your time is up. Stack that premium, protect my six. Upside open, but I hedge that risk. Garage born plan, average Joe taking a stand. RODY's the method, ROD is the man, ROD is the man. Yeah, didn't wait on permission. I picked up the weight, phone in my hand, early hours, learning to take. Garage taught patience, no room for excuses. Every choice mattered cause the outcome it uses. I stopped handing the wheel, the voices I trusted, took responsibility, that's when it functioned. If it worked, that was earned, if it failed, that was mine. Family in my vision, so I stayed on the grind. This wasn't about hustle or flexing the grind, it was structure and rules I could run every time. RODY came from effort with discipline attached, built for the people who carry the weight. So meet RODY, more bang for the buck. Wall Street suits, your time is up. Stack that premium, protect my six. Upside open, but I hedge that risk. Garage born plan, average Joe taking a stand. ROD is the method, ROD is the man, ROD is the man. I don't chase green candles, I monetize waiting. Data working daily while they guessing and praying. Premium stacking, structure over sensation. Volatility paying rent with no conversation. Wrist boxed and tight before the play even starts. Calm under pressure, John Wick with the plan. They argue direction, I structure the trade. Let volatility work while emotion gets played. Fast money flashy, but it fades when it's pressed. I want repeatable wins with my downside dress. Not a lottery ticket, it's a blueprint I trust. Level the field,
Get more bang for the buck.
meet RODY, more bang for the buck. Wall Street suits, if your time is up. Stack that premium, protect my six. Upside open, but I hedge that risk. Eyes born plan, average Joe taking a stand. RODY's the method, ROD's the man, ROD's the man, is the man. Family to your head. I don't need hype, I don't need a crowd. Just rules I respect when the pressure gets loud. This ain't for everyone, that's part of the design. RODY rewards the ones who take responsibility every time. RODY, RODY the method. RODY, the people, the people, RODY, RODY. If you want it, carry the weight.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, April 25th, and today is options update day, RODY update day, Zicket, Zebra update, wheel strategy, the whole thing, options, income. How do we do for the week? Where do we stand? What are we doing? This, that, and the other thing. But first, a quick Bitcoin update. Nothing going on really. 77K. Actually, it looks like we inched up this morning a little bit. We were down to what, 70? Yeah, just still 77. 77 range. We are live this morning at about a little before 6:30 a.m. I started early. I was going to go at 6, and I was like, I need more time. But here we are. Hopefully audio is good. Let me know. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Thank you, Bruce. All right, let's go to the next tab. Obviously, stock market's closed today. No pre-market to look at, but after hours last night, not really much movement up until 8 p.m. So nothing to talk about there. So let's just get right to it. All right. So again, I share my journey. I do various options strategies. One that we call the RODY. It's basically, think of it as a poor man's covered call with some protection. And we sell weekly calls on that. We do something called the Zebra, but we add weekly calls, and that's called the Zicket, which we'll get into. And then, of course, the wheel strategy. All right. So let's look at first open. Open, we have a synthetic position via buy call, sell put, buy put. All right. So this is what we call the three-legged monster. But basically, you have to look at the long call. The long call is a $7 long call. It expires November 20th of 26 this year. Right now, open is at 552. It's been struggling just like everything else for the most part. But, again, the hope is maybe it'll hit 7 or above by that date. And great, wonderful. If not, well, hopefully we have enough income to offset any damage. But let's check it out. All right. Here are the trades for this week. April 20th. What was that? Monday? Let's see. I don't even know anymore. Yeah, 20th was Monday. So I did 2 trades this week. I did covered call $7, covered call $7. Expiration date, I had to go out a little further because again, right now opens down still, so it's 26% out of the money to choose a $7 strike price. However, I am getting some premium. I did collect $21 and $37. And if I go down here, that totals up to be $58. Right now, I am risking $3,830. So if I annualize that sucker, that's like a 78% annualized yield. So not bad, not bad. Again, right now I've collected so far to date about 1,530. I'm sorry, 1,531 in options premium income. The synthetic portion cost me 1,830. So we are not at house money yet, but we are getting close. Open holdings, what are they worth? If I closed it today, I'd actually have to pay because again, there is a sell put in there, which I did commit, to buying these shares at $7 if it ends up below $7. But I don't have to close this if I don't want to. I can wait until November 20th. Of course, there is a risk of early assignment, but if that happens, we will deal with it then. All right. 209 days left until this sucker expires. All right. SOFI, I have various synthetics because I did average down as the market was tanking, I was averaging down my SOFI. So I got a 25, a 23, a 20, an 18, and a 15. Okay. So what did I do this week? Not much, to be honest. I did roll. I had a $20 strike. I wanted to roll that up. And the reason is, if you look here, my cost basis, if you average all those suckers together, it's $20.20. So I'd rather sell calls above my overall average. So I had a 20, which was already in place. I rolled this up to 21 with an expiration date of May 1st, and it paid me $25. Great. Simple, right? I have a couple others that are pending. This one's for next week, 23. That one should be fine because, again, SOFI, it didn't really do good this week, to be honest, which I'm okay with that because I have some in the money calls that I need to roll up, a 17 and a 19. We'll see how they play out, but I'm not going to let them, get assigned if I can help it at least. So I'll roll them when I can up and out. And eventually I'll try to get all my strikes to 21 and above. But again, as you know, I was selling calls individually. So since I had individual positions, right, I had a 20, I had a 15, I had an 18. I was selling calls on an individual basis versus the overall average, if that makes sense. All right. So anyway, how much did I make on SOFI this week? $25. How much did I risk overall? 5,634. Is it worth it? That's a 23% yield. So yeah, some would say yes, some would say no. Hey, you got to deal with what you got. The SOFI position overall is worth $2,086 if I closed it out today. All right. And this sucker expires in 783 days. As you may or may not know, I did a very, very, very long dated expiration of June 16th, 2028, which gives this ample time to move up, 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 and up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right. Right now, it's been down and to the right, down to the right, but hopefully things turn around here. All right, let's get into IWM, one of my faves. It's a 260 cost basis. However, as you know, or you may know, I had a 260 strike and the market recovered like a wild man. And now I'm stuck. I am stuck. I am in the money and I can't escape. I tried rolling up and out. I won't go past the week though. That's one of my rules. I mean, I could do 2. I don't want to, and I did not. But I wanted essentially just roll out 1 week at a time because again, I have a goal of producing a certain weekly income to pay my bills. All right. So anyway, the 260 call, it's been blown through. So I'm like, yeah, right, I'm just going to roll it out the money for this week and I'll wait and see what happens. Well, guess what? This week it went up again. So there's nothing I can do. I tried to roll it to 261 with a May 1st expiration and I had to pay. I ain't paying nothing. So I kept it at 260 and I rolled it again and I'm going to wait it out. If things don't change and the market does stay up, the index of IWM does stay up, I will need to adjust my position, which means I will, move these strikes up, all of them, right? And in turn, I get money, right? They'll pay me money because it's actually worth something. And at the same time, I need to roll this up and I have to pay money. So in the end, the goal is it's a net, hopefully a small net credit. And in turn, what do I get? I get to actually play the position properly and make weekly income. But for now, I didn't have time to do that this week. So, and I'm not going to have time next week, actually, now that I think about it. But for now, I made $40. All right. $40. Is that enough? Not really. Let's see how much that annualizes. Where's the format? Not in dollar signs. But whatever. $40 based on a risk of 4,269 is a 48% yield. Is that good? Maybe. I mean, it's a right 48% yield. You can't really complain. But again, as I wait, because if the market tanks, you know what? I won't be sad because then my calls will be okay. I don't want to root for that, but again, if it happens, it happens. You get what I'm saying, bro? All right, let's go to IWM Holdings. What's the position worth? 2,937. But again, keep in mind, if I ended up closing the whole position, the covered call part of it would be a hefty debit that would offset against this credit. So, all right, sounds good. All right, so, and this has 265 days left until expiration because this expires January of 27. So I'd like to play with this trade for a long time, preferably all 265 days. Again, right now, you may have also remembered I rolled it up previously and then I got burnt for a while and then it came back up. So, in the end, it's like, what do you do, right? What do you do? What do you say? But similar situation with the Qs. Let's take a look real quick. By the way, thank you, Hidden on X. You reposted the stream. I appreciate that. If anyone else is listening on X this morning, if you want to repost it, I would greatly appreciate it because I am airing this on 3 sources. 1, Retire on Dividends YouTube channel. 2, Retire on Options YouTube channel, which is a new channel I'm trying to grow. 3, Retire on Dividend X channel. So, yeah, if you guys want to help share, I know it's early. It's Saturday morning. People are just like dead for the week. So not many are awake. People always complain, why do you do your videos so early? Well, it's life, man. Life is busy. So it's either early or it's not at all. In fact, next week, I'm probably doing not at all because I have to go to the office every day. Anyway, enough of that. Qs, I have a synthetic position of 615. Let's see what my cover call is at. Again, 615. I'm stuck again. I was hoping some relief this week. Maybe the Qs would dip. No, it did not dip. It went up. But I have good news. I did look at this a day early. I looked at it a Thursday. I'm like, can I roll this into next week up $1 and get a credit? And the answer was, yeah. All right, so that's good. Baby steps. I rolled it up. I know, a massive dollar. Wow, whoopee freaking do. But still, I rolled it up, and 1 week out, and I got a credit of $21, which is nothing, I know, but at least I'm gradually rolling the strike price up to catch up with the, the gains, man. The gains are insane lately. Look at this. The Qs are at $664. Like, I mean, this is nuts. It was just under 600, right? I mean, what do you do? I mean, even the index is moving wild in this market. Typically, you choose the indexes because they don't move as much. But lately, man, oof. Anyway, $21 on an $8,600 risk. That's a 12% yield. Not ideal, but you got to work with what you got. Again, same thing as IWM. I may have to adjust my position. Yeah, it won't be next week, like I said. I'm not going to have time. But, hey, I'll get to it at some point. If the market continues to go up or stay flat, I'm just going to roll at them, I'm going to do what I can. Roll whatever. I may even roll these early in the week. I don't even know. We'll see. Whatever. All right. What's the Q synthetic worth? 8,366. Massive. Because look, I paid 6,100, but these three legs are worth 8,366 if I close them out. But yes, of course, the covered call would be an expense if I closed it out. All right. Moving on. Drums, please. Who did I add? I could not help it, guys. I added IBIT. I couldn't help it. I know I said I'm not adding any more. I'm only doing indexes. However, I do consider Bitcoin an index. I do consider Bitcoin its own index. And the way I've been feeling about it lately is I want more exposure. I want a piece of the action. So I said, you know what? IBIT would actually be a good addition. Mainly because it is so damn cheap. That helps. Now, I didn't do a RODY. I did a zebra. A zebra is buy 2 calls, 2 leaps, long dated, and sell 1 call, same expiration date. And this is more of a growth play. In fact, it is a growth play, right? The zebra alone. But I just add a little spice to it by selling, weekly calls on the other leap. So the goal of this position is a delta 1. So I'm going to try to explain that because it's confusing to me too. What the heck is a delta 1? All right. So the delta, basically, all right, let's look at this. This is Rob's website, by the way, StockTools.app. Pretty freaking sweet website. He has an options chain. So if I look at the buy call, the leap I did on the 40, right? $40 strike. If I go to the options chain, let's find it. Again, this is, I already pulled up the date. This is IBIT. You can pull up IBIT on his website. Here are the calls. And then the delta. Here's $40 strike. And here's the delta, 75.75. What does that mean? It means for every dollar the underlying goes up, we're going to go up 0.75 of that, 75%, right? So we want to go up dollar per dollar. We don't want to go up 75% of that dollar. We want to, we believe in this. We want to be in this for gains, son. It's all about the gains. We want to be in a delta 1. All right. So what do? I buy 2 calls, 2 leaps. What is the leap cost? Well, I mean, what is the delta on the 2 leaps? 0.75 plus 0.75. 1.5. Okay. Now we got 1.5, 1.5x exposure. However, we want, I'm going for the delta 1, and I'm also going to offset the expense of my buying this position. So now I'm going to go on the sell side, and I'm going to look for 0.5. And then I scroll down here. A 0.5 is about 72. What the heck did I choose? 73. Okay. So I chose 73. Still 0.5. Yeah. But keep in mind on the sell side, that would be negative delta, right? So again, 0.75 plus 0.75 on the buy call minus 0.5 on the sell call equals 1 delta. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, peoples? Anyone here live? We got 66 of you between the 3 sources. I'm not sure where the majority of you are, probably X usually. But again, yes, that is the point of these 3 legs. That is the point of the zebra. I know they say 0.7 delta. It's 0.75 delta. All right. So 0.75 delta times the 2 contracts equals 1.5 minus 0.5 equals 1. So this is a 1 delta. All right. how much did this cost me? Well, if I go over here, the 2 leaps, they cost me 3,854, right? All right, that's not cheap, really. It's not. But I did get a credit of 1,004. So overall, I paid 2,850. Why is this expensive? Well, I'll show you. Look at the expiration date I chose. I went as far as I could because that's how I roll usually. I don't like being on a timer. So that's why I go out as far as I can. As long as I'm bullish on the position and I believe it in the long term. But yeah. So I chose 12, 15, 28. All right. That's not this year. That's not next year. That is the end of the following year. That is 966 days for IBIT to move its ass, for Bitcoin to go, go, go. Where's Bitcoin? Again, what is IBIT? For those of you new, it's an iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF. BlackRock owns it. It's Bitcoin, basically. It's exposure to Bitcoin through an ETF, and it is a gigantic fund. It is beyond gigantic. The assets under management is $63 billion. It is by far the most popular Bitcoin ETF. So to me, it's probably the most liquid ETF on the options chain. I didn't check it, but I'm sure it is. So that is why I chose to get exposure of IBIT and add it to my income play. This is an income play. Of course, it's growth as well, but I mainly started it because I want an additional income source. Income source. Income source. Make sense? All right, so this is just the growth side. These are the 3 legs of the growth. They call it the zebra. I think Tasty Trade made it up or whatever. But anyway, I add weekly calls and I make up my own names. This is a zicket to me. All right. It's a zicket. It's like a ticket. You get a cash ticket each week. Here you go. Here's your cash. All right. As we wait. Right. As we wait. All right. Anyway, let's move on. So what did I sell my call at? Well, I'm going to use a 0.2 delta rule. I'm going to do 0.2 or below. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not, again, since I'm considering this more growth than income. Again, it's an income play. I did this because I need the income. However, I'm going to treat the zickets as more growth than income. So that being said, I'm going to keep the delta a little lower in order to capture the growth as we go. So I did choose a 0.2 delta, which would be a $46 strike. All right, $46. That's not very far. It's only 4.83% out of the money, but it is weekly. So is IBIT going to blow through that covered call in 1 week? I don't know. But it's better than a 0.5 delta or a 0.7 delta, right? I'm giving it a fighting chance week in and week out, while at the same time, I'm collecting income on that other call. Because as you see, there's 2 calls here, but we're selling a call on 1. All right. So we can't sell calls on both of these because we already got 1 long dated covered call. So we can only sell calls on 1 stinking freaking call. All right. Which is okay. We're going to make this week we made $25. Next week, I don't know. What are we going to make? $25? Fine. $25. It's just another income source. And hopefully in the end, it's a big growth, big massive, because to be honest, I don't know. I'm probably annoying the crap out of you guys talking about Bitcoin lately, but I don't know. I'm just like, I've never felt so certain about something in the long term. And, who knows? I'll probably be wrong, but I'm just bullish on it. So if I'm bullish on it, why the hell not just add it here too? Because I have my crypto account, but I'm going to add it to the income account too. All right. So anyway, the summary is I made $25 for the week. How much am I risking? $2,850. Again, that was the original expense of the zebra right here. There it is, $2,850. All right. If I take that, right, I divide the 25 by the 2850, that's about a 0.88% return, but that's for 1 week. If I multiply that by 52 and I annualize that, sucker, 45%. Not bad while you wait. Again, this IBIT position, 1-to-1. IBIT goes up 5%. I'm going up 5%, right? That's the idea. And, of course, my covered call should not get blown through. But the question is, what delta do you choose? Right now, I'm going with 0.2. I don't know the right delta because Bitcoin is crazy, right? But again, if I get blown through this week, if it goes to 50, then I'll do. Again, there's no rush. This is such a long-term position. I'm going to roll up and out. More than a week? Hey, if I have to, yes. More than 2 weeks? If I have to, yes. Because again, it's long term. All right. Again, hopefully that makes sense. By the way, I would have to make $20.49 per week to pay off. How many weeks do I have? Let's see. 138 weeks. So if I make $20.49 per week, that'll be house money. But obviously, I plan on making more than that per week. Plus, I plan on making capital appreciation in the long run. Speaking of capital appreciation, what is the position worth? I know I just opened it, so it really doesn't matter but I'm up. Look, it's worth $2,860. I paid $2,850, bro. Yeah, $10 unrealized gain, son. Where you at? But yeah, for real, no. 965 days until expiration. All right. So I'm gonna have fun with this one. Here's the plan, though. If Bitcoin drops like crazy this weekend and Monday IBIT like tanks, I'm going to add to my Zebra. I'm going to add if I can. I don't know if I can this week, but I will add. To what level? I don't know. I have to think about it, right? Maybe a 35 strike on the long call on the leap, and then I don't know. I have to think about it, but I am willing to add because the beauty of it being cheap is you can dollar cost average down. You can dollar cost average on the Zebra. Sure as hell can. You can do whatever the hell you want. This is your options portfolio, right? You could do whatever the hell you want, son. All right. And that's what we're doing. Any questions? Any questions? I know it's a new position, so I will pause for any questions. Hidden says, I want to do this exact trade. Remember, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for fun and entertainment. 2028, we gonna be rich. Oh man, I hope so. Seriously, come on, just go to 1 million Bitcoin, right? Just go to 1 million. Big peepee in the house. But yeah, what do you guys think of this? The Zicket. Think I'm gonna make money on it, or you think it's going to shit? All right, let's look at the VIX. VIX 14. Why do we call it the VIX 14? Well, because I did a leap on the VIX for 14 when it was at 14. All right, good. All right, so this week I rolled my VIX. At that point, the VIX was at, again, keep in mind, the VIX is the fear index. It's its own index. It's the fear index. You can't buy it. You can't buy shares of the VIX. All right, you can't. But you could trade the VIX. So why not? Why not trade the VIX, right? If you can trade the VIX, why not trade it, right? Trade anything, trade it. Screw it. But anyway, so what I do, I did buy a long dated call, a leap, whatever. And I'm selling weekly calls. The VIX has a different expiration schedule. They expire Wednesday morning. So what I have to do is I have to roll, because you can see Wednesday was 4/22. That was the expiration date of this last trade. I had to roll it on the Tuesday afternoon. Because why? Well, because again, it would have expired. I wouldn't have got a sign, so it wouldn't have mattered. But still, I like to always be in the play. So I rolled it on the Tuesday afternoon, and that's what I do every week. And then I choose, 1 week expiration, and I make more money. So in this example, the VIX actually did go up at that time. It was up to 20. I think it came back down. It's at 1871. But how much did I collect? $56. You know what the beauty of this is? Check this out, bros. Check this out. See this dollar? This is how much I paid for the position. So long story short is I paid $800 for the leap. I've been making weekly income for quite some time. Now I'm up to $801 in weekly income. So the covered calls on the VIX has already paid off the expense of the leap. So we are now in a position of house money. House money alert, house money alert. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we have how many weeks now? 20 weeks left to do whatever the hell we want, right? I can sell calls. Keep in mind, my leap is $14. I'm not going to sell calls under 14, but I can sell calls up to 14 and not feel bad about it. I could sell in the money calls. I could sell at the money calls. Right now it's at 18, the VIX, and I can make even more money. Right now I have my strike at 25 because it's been around that range, man. It's been around that range, and we got this whole Iran thing, and you just don't know. So I'm trying to still make a decent income along the way. I have to figure out how to play this as we get closer to the September expiration. But of course, if the VIX continues to drop, I will drop my covered call strike so I can make more premium, but no lower than $14. And if the VIX did hit $14, I will add another leap and start a new position on the VIX because $14 is very low for the VIX. And I always have this old ass chart. Where is this? There it is. Again, the low of the VIX is really like $10. So if you get $14, that's good. So I don't know. My VIX position it's been working out. In this market, man, I've been getting my butt kicked in other areas, but the VIX has been very good to me. Morning, SB. What's going on? Good to see you. What's up? Or what's up? All right, so let's get an update here. What do we got? We got, again, the VIX went from 1748 week to week to 1871. The IV still didn't really move, 97%. The option, the leap, is worth 850. Again, I paid 800. So if I sold today, I'd make what, $50? What be do? I know. I'm not selling though. So the stock price changed and it went up 7%. Option price change. I should probably move these columns so it's easier to read. But yeah, I mean that's the summary on the VIX. No reason to yap about it anymore. So let's look at the wheel strategy now. So again, yes, I do the wheel. I do the wheel on TSLL. Couple reasons. One, I'm a long-term believer in Tesla. Two, it's freaking cheap, bro. It's cheap. Oh yeah, let me add a third. It's volatile. It pays some good premium. All right, so I had a put expiring on yesterday, Friday, $9. TSLL closed at 12.17. What does that mean? It means nothing. It means I didn't get assigned because, again, if it closes above your put strike, yeah, you're good. So this essentially expired worthless. I did sell a call that expired on Friday, $15. Again, we closed below that, 12.17. We closed that. So this did not get assigned. And guess what? It expired worthless, right? You getting the gist here? So if I scroll over, that is the classification I gave it. Now, I had a $12 put. Again, we closed just above that. I'm assuming I will not get assigned. So I will put expired worthless. Again, I can check the after hours because that does come into consideration. Oh, wow. Okay, 1209. Is it possible that I could get assigned? Yes, it is. Very unlikely, though. Very unlikely from my experience. So I will say, yeah, that's essentially expired worthless. Oh, yeah. So I had one call expire worthless. So now I can go down here and I could say, okay, covered calls now at 200. Which means, guess what? Next week, I can sell calls on 2 contracts. Woohoo! All right, and this week on the 20th, I sold a put at $10, and I sold a put at $11. How much did I make this week? Drums, please. Where the hell is it? Oh, right here. Actually, it's all the way over here. Made about $69. I know that's not a lot, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? It's better than nothing. We're doing the wheel. We're not being too greedy. We're trying to be smart. I don't want to, believe me, I'd love to sell like 1 million puts on this. But what happens if Tesla just tanks and keeps on tanking? Then I am screwed. So I have to be, calculated, a little wise about this, and periodically, maybe 2 puts a week, 3 puts a week. And then, I'll splash a few calls here and there while I can. Unfortunately, I only own 400 shares. I would like to own more. I wanted like 1,000. I know that's a little brash, but probably like 500, 600 make me comfortable. Because again, you sell calls, you get greedy. You want to sell calls on all of them. All right, so how much did I make for the week on TSLL? 69 bucks on about, I guess I'm risking 11.6. Probably need to update this. What the hell did I just do? All right, we'll call it 11.6, I guess. Doesn't matter. The way I calculate this, it doesn't really make sense anyway, but whatever. 30% yield, sure, we'll take it. All right, so that's the update on whatchamacallit, TSLL and the wheel. Okay, now STRC, high yield dividends. Again, why am I sharing high yield dividends on an options video? It's because it's in the portfolio. This is really an overall portfolio review. So actually, I should probably modify my thumbnail. But yes, I am gearing towards doing, I keep saying less options, although I did add IBIT. But I am doing less options overall in the long run, and I'm going to add more and more high yield dividends. Only the ones that are worth a damn, though, okay? Is STRC worth a damn? Hell yes. Hell yeah. It is consistent, all right? It's a what, 11.5% payer. There's no capital appreciation. It's okay, though, all right? So I'll continue to get paid once a month, and guess what? Guess what? Once every 2 weeks now. I don't know when that change is taking effect, but I will get a payment every 2 weeks. SETA will pay every 2 weeks as well, I assume. I don't know if they filed for it. I did see them talk about it, but between these two, I'll have a payment every week, and that's good. All right. I don't have as much SETA as I do STRC, though. Chippy, I mean, what can you say, man? Chippy is freaking beast. Look at this thing, man. You just can't stop it. Look at the 5 days. 8% 1 month, 23%. This is a high yield ETF. It's at $69. After hours, $70. I mean, they're up $20 per share since launch, and they've paid out a lot in dividends. A lot. In fact, I just did a tweet comparing Chippy to VU, just to piss people off because it's funny sometimes. But I know they'll make excuses, but nothing against VU, but it's just boring, right? We don't want boring here. We want bro. We want income, bro. All right, Chippy, 1502 is what they paid me this week. Is that good? It's all right. I mean, they paid me more last week. Hopefully this coming week they'll pay even better. GDXY, again, what are these funds and why am I buying them? Chippy, I don't have any chips. I'm not trading Nvidia. I'm not trading AMD. I'm not trading SOXL because I can't. Again, too much. So I'll just let them do it. So I'll buy Chippy and they'll do it for me. Gold, I'm not trading that either. So I need some gold exposure. There you go. Boom. GDXY. 1406 payment. T-SPY, they pay once a month. In fact, I got rid of YQQQ, by the way. So I'm going to hide this because they are 100% margin maintenance. So screw that. I'm sorry. I had to get rid of it. Plus, it's, the market's been trending up. So no need to have that. Compare what? Compare Chippy to SOXL? Well, yeah, SOXL probably whoop its ass. Let's see. Chippy. SOXL. What's the individual underlying? Soxy? No, not Soxy. Yeah, SOX. That's it. So we'll do year to date, then click max. Yeah, forget it. SOXL. Yeah. But Chippy don't trade, obviously, triple leverage. They trade the individual, the 1X. So you can more so compare Chippy to SOX. And yeah, SOX did still beat it, a total return up 12%. All right. So, but either way, yeah, look at that. Look at that. SOXL, you'd be rich, man. What is this? 47? What's it at now? Oh my God. StockTools at 128. Jesus. I remember. Oh my goodness. Wow. That stock is scary, man. StockTools is nuts. Yeah, we literally just said the same thing. I bought one share of StockTools for my daughter at last year, about 8. Wow. Wow. Good work. Good work. All right. So for the week, I made what, 3204 high yield dividends. Is that good? No, but hey, it's good enough. It's something, right? Again, I'm building a team here, a team of suckers. Why is TSLL here? Because they pay a dividend. They pay a dividend quarterly, so they're here. All my other positions are held via synthetic, so of course I'm not going to qualify for the dividend, so that's why they're not on here. But yeah, who else should I add? You guys tell me. You guys are here, right? Tell me, who else should I add? Right? That is in a sector that I don't have. Keep that in mind too. Because again, what am I trading in this account? I have all 3 indexes. I have IWM, Russell, QQQ, NASDAQ, T-SPY, S&P. Okay, I got the indexes covered. I got gold covered right here. I got crypto through IBIT. I got semiconductors on Chippy. All right, what else? What am I missing, guys? KS, what, silver? I don't want silver, man. It's like Ethereum. I don't want Ethereum. I'd rather gold over silver, and I'd rather Bitcoin over Ethereum. I mean, is there a benefit to having both? Maybe. I don't know enough about the sector, though. You may put a zebra on StockTools now? You're going to put a zebra on them now? Really? You think they're going to keep running? Oh, man. That's crazy. What would be your date? Your expiration date? My poor Misty came to life this week. Yeah, Misty's been doing better, guys. I have Misty in my other account. It's in the crypto account. And it is funding it. It is funding my Bitcoin buys because I think MSTR, I think it's just going to go on a run. I really do. Yeah, energy. You're right. Energy's at they're at highs though, aren't they? MLPI. Put zebra. Put zebra. Oh, damn. You're gonna buy a put leap? Ugh. That's nuts. That is, yeah, that's let's share that if you do, because I'm curious. I mean, that's not a bad idea because it ran, man. I was just gonna say that Wolf. Oh, you're selling a put. Buying a 2 set. Okay. Sell 2. All right, we'll have to dig into that on the chat. Let me continue here for the audience. So my weekly income, drums please. Not much. I got $294 from options premium, and I got 32 from the high yield. That is $326, and that, this week and this Friday end does conclude the month of April. So for all 4 weeks, did we hit our goal? Let's see, right? We calculate, we add all this up. It totals 2,078. Our monthly goal is 2,000. So why is this math is not mathing? Oh, it's not adding the shortfall. What is this? Shortfall is what? 167. What the hell? Dumbass formula. Let's see. 3. I can't think anymore. That's 498. So, yeah, that's negative. Shortfall is not. CD minus. Yeah, C plus D. C plus D. There you go, 78 bucks. Good Lord. All right. Whatever. We're over. We hit our goal. My bills are paid. $2,000 in bills, approximately, usually a little less. I have $78 in excess. Wow. Whoopee do. Whoopee freaking do. But you know what? I'm not making any stupid moves. Sometimes I'm not. That'll burn me later on. May, I got 5 weeks. However, I'm still going to strive. Well, I already put 400, so I guess I'm not. So I guess I'll take a break and I'll only go for 400 a week for the month of May. Kind of take a chill, level out here. We'll see how things go. Inverse of regular. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that you're getting crazy now. I did one on TSLL a while back. It worked. You sell weekly puts against it. Wow. Yeah, that's above my pay grade right now. But I will keep an eye on what you're doing. All right, let's look at the summary here. If I zoom out. So again, here's the breakdown. Open 58 bucks. SOFI 25 bucks. IWM is $40. Qs 21. VIX 56. IBIT 25. TSLL 69. High yield dividends 32. That is a total income of $326. Is that enough money? Again, no. I need to make 500 a week to pay my bills for the month. What can I do to make sure I hit it? One thing is I need to adjust these two. I need to, again, move up my synthetic position, move up my covered call strike. And then obviously that alone will, again, I can make my goal on the Qs alone if all things go well. But, you know, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Next week, I can't do it, like I said. But the week after, if the indexes are still up, I'll do it. If not, if the indexes come down this week, I'll try to roll, if I can, my strike prices up a little bit to catch up. But it's not going to be easy. All right, here's the summary of all the positions. So again, here's what I hold. Open, which, you know, open was a speculative play. When it's gone, it's gone. I'm not adding it back. I do think it's worth. It's like a lottery ticket. Is it worth it? Yes, I do think it is. But SoFi, again, once they're gone too. But they're not gone for a while. They're 2028. It was just, again, a play. I felt like SoFi was on discount, and sure enough, it kept dropping. IWM I have too. Obviously, you know, my goal is IWM, Qs, S&P, but I have the S&P through SPY. And now, I guess IBIT too, so crypto, and then, of course, the VIX. So these four, I guess, are going to be the bread and butter of the account. So how am I doing, though? Well, let's take the zoom back to 200 so you guys can see. Overall, here's how I'm doing ROI-wise based on the current scenario, current position. I'm down 22% on open. I'm down 23% on SoFi. I'm up 176% on IWM. I'm up 134% on Qs. I'm up 1.23% on IBIT. I'm up 121% on the VIX. The good news on the VIX is we are now at house money. We're up $1. So everything from here is just pure profit, right? Again, the options premium that I made on the weekly covered calls have paid off the expense of the leap. And you know, we can do what we want now. We can do what we want, hopefully without losing money. We don't want to lose money at this point. Got to be smart. But yeah, we're getting closer on the Qs. I need $138 on the Qs, and I'll be at house money. And then, of course, the IWM is $734 away. Open is at $299 away, a little further, but we'll get there. SOFI, I'm very far away. IBIT, I'm very far away. And IWM, $734 away. So, but yeah, overall, it looks like I'm up 64% based on at least what's open. We've had some losses in the past on Robinhood, on Palantir, but I had to get rid of them because I just, too many single tickers, too much risk there. All right. Any questions? This was a lot of stuff here. This was a lot. Quick update too. Not going to be able to do the options roundtable on Monday. Unfortunately, I forgot. I won't be home. I'll be in work. I'll be in the office all week, unfortunately. So, like I said, probably no videos next week. But hey, we'll catch up. We'll catch up some other time. All right, so we'll keep it here. And let's go to the chat. All right. I think State Street has some sector income funds. Okay. I do still want a reasonably high yield. Yeah, no, you're right. I do need energy. But I don't think MLPI pays a lot, right? It is NEOS, which is good. Yeah, 6% yield. That's not really going to cut it. Doesn't really do much. Yeah, look at the 1 year. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what else you guys got for me. My brain is full. Yeah. My brain is not working anymore. I'm too tired. I'm drinking some coffee. Any questions? We're 52 minutes in. We got 133 people between the three sources. So again, any of you 133 people, you are allowed to ask a question. Type it in the chat. I will bring it up and I will answer it. That's the point of being live, right? There's got to be some kind of point. I know the pre-recorded videos do much better, but I forget it. I'd rather just go live. Do you guys like the live? Let me ask that. Do you guys like the live better than the pre-record? Hello, Moto. Big PP says live is the best. That's good. Double D loves the live. Double D goes live sometimes, right? We got to get him to go live more. What is your limit? I guess about 14% since you have T-SPY. Well, to be honest, sectors I can accept the lower. I'm not sectors. Indexes I can accept the lower. When I get sector-based, I kind of expect a little higher yield, to be honest, you know, because that's a little more risk than the indexes. So like 20. I don't know. A1 says live. Wolf says live. Either it's fine. I end up driving during it about 90% of the time. Where are you driving? To work? Good old work. It's supposed to rain here today. Which means what? No baseball. Which, I gotta be honest, I'm not. I don't care. home from work. You work overnights. Okay. How to live off? That's a lot of zeros. I can't even see that. Does that say 100,000 or a mil? Gonna make me count. That's 100,000. You can't live. Well, honestly, my account's 50,000, and I'm not living off of it, but it's paying the majority of my bills. If that makes sense. If I had 100,000 in that account, could I retire from my job? No, but I have 2 young kids, so I'm in a different scenario. But in other countries, you can live up 100,000 probably. Come on, what else you guys got? I'm gonna go till my coffee's gone. So we here to hang out. We here to we chilling, bro. We chilling. Let's see what else we doing here. We could do like a screener, right? ETF screener. All right, so add filter. What do we want? Sector? Where's sector? Asset class, I guess. Let's see. Did it come up? There it is. No, it's not. Commodity. Soy. Let me put the yield over. We'll do over 20. Okay. Let's go. Soy. A couple soys. I don't know. Double D says kids only get more expensive. My daughter is in law school. Oh man. I mean, I don't even know. Like, what do you do? Do you pay? I don't think my kid's gonna be going to law school though, so I'm good. About 160,000 income portfolio, and I make about 3,800 a month income. There's Pay the Piper. He shows up sometimes, right? Yes, me like the lives. That's good. Good to hear. And instead of dropping every week, it has been steady or rising. Any of you guys going to that high yield dividend conference? I think it's tomorrow. But I think it's in Vegas, right? Instead of dropping every week, it has been steady or rising. That's good to hear. Yeah, because things have been ugly, right? Ugly. We got industry. Let's see. Asset class. Yeah. All right. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think of soy? Dividends. Holy crap. 64% yield. Wow. Let's look at the max performance. Not good. Not good. Wow. Okay. Yuckity doo-dah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what else we got? We got anything else? We are 59 minutes in. We should probably end it. We're about to hit the hour. That's pretty much the length of my videos. Unless you got any other questions, maybe I'll play the other. I played one of the RODY songs. I'll play the other one, and we can think of a keyword. But of course, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video was for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, yeah, whatever. Nothing we could do. All right. On that note, I'll play a song. We'll think of a keyword. And yeah, we'll call it a day. And my daughter's making about $1,200 a week with her portfolio, and only 40 is income. She killed it yesterday. She was up 4%. $1,200 a week. Damn. She's whooping my ass. All right, Big Peepee, thumbs up. We got the thumbs up from Big Peepee. That's all we need.
Meet Rod. More.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo. Yeah. Early mornings before the sunlight. House still sleeping. Screens already lit. One desk, one plan. Every click gotta mean something. Born in the garage, one outlet, one extension. Pressure taught discipline. Not talking, just intention. No suit fed my confidence. No hand-me-down plays. Bills on the counter taught me risk has a face. They said trust the system. I trusted the work. Every loss paid tuition. Every win left a scar. I heard a cricket in the quiet, steady chirp in the dark. Like patience beats panic when you're playing it smart. If I eat, that's on me. If I fall, same name. From the people for the people, no shame in the gang. This ain't Wall Street.
This RODY. Hey.
Bang for the buck, move slow, move low. Stack that premium, protect my six. Upside open, but I hedge that risk. This ain't luck, I'm ready. Garage born mine with the market steady. I don't chase green candles, I monetize waiting. They the working daily while they guessing and praying. Risk defined entry, exit already mapped. Know what I lose before the order gets tapped. Premium stacking, structure over sensation. Volatility, paying rent with no conversation. I don't need direction, I trade behavior. Let emotion burn out, let the numbers stay paper. Fast money, flashy, but it fades when it's pressed. I want repeatable wins with my downside dress. Not a lottery ticket, this a blueprint I trust. Level the field, get more bang for the buck. This ain't Wall Street, this RODY. Bang for the buck, move slow, move low key. Stack that premium, protect my six. Upside open, but I hedge that risk. This ain't luck, I'm ready. Garage born mine with the market steady. Raj, cricket, patience built in the minutes. Risk known, I don't trade what I don't own. Not for everyone, let's keep it exact. Pressure make diamonds, not internet caps. No handouts, no hero, no suit to impress. Just structure, discipline, time doing reps. RODY the method, remember the name. From the people, for the people, but not everyone plays. Born in a garage. Born in a garage. Yeah, born in the garage, inspired by cricket. Built for the people, but not everyone gets it. Born in a garage.
Ooh. Yeah. Good morning, friends. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Built, not sold, yeah, intentionally. No hype talk, just clarity. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Mid-40s, married man, house stay loud. Raising up boys, turning boys into men. New puppy running, chaos around. Still clocking in, but he plot in the end. Giants fan scars, yeah, he wear that pain. Smiles through the losses like part of the game. Never throw shots, never talks that mess. Builds people up, less results address. Streams every day, never missing a beat. YouTube live X when the mic get heat. Not selling dreams, just showing the math. Wins and drawdowns, full on his path. Spreadsheet brain with a streetwise frame. Plays of discipline, never chasing fame. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. If you want that life, say freedom with me. Options on screen, risk handle precise. Structures built calm, every move got a price. Cover calls roll, protection in place. Time on his side, patience setting the pace. They say slow down, he say stay exact. Same calm tone when the market snap. Runs through mud just to test that will. Same mindset when the chart goes still. Sings on the post, crowd laugh, he grin. Go dig a hook, but the lesson still win. Movie quotes fly, wrestling frame. Serious work, but he keep it light, man. R to the O to the D. Retire on dividends, you know me. Cash flow mindset moving differently. Numbers don't lie, plans stay ready. This was for fun and entertainment purposes. I hope you have fun and were entertained. And if not, I'll do.
All right, 2 songs in a row. Sorry. If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. You have to see the baby. The keyword today is from the lyrics of the RODY song "Born in a Garage," which actually come from, way back when I used to make all of my videos in the garage at the crack of dawn. They were all pre-recorded back then too, and the baby was young and I didn't want to wake up the house, so I always recorded in the garage. And occasionally in the garage there'd be a cricket just making noise during the whole video, so I'd have cricket noise the whole video. People actually ended up loving it, and we ended up naming the cricket RODY. And then eventually I said, you know what, one day I'm gonna have a trade that we'll do, and we'll call it RODY. And here we are, RODY options, RODY songs, RODY this, RODY picture. So that's the story of RODY, Born in a Garage. So that's the key word. If you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to type in "Born in a Garage" in the comments down below. Whether you're on X, whether you're on YouTube, it doesn't matter. All right, sounds good. All right, anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here live. Thank you for watching after. I appreciate it. I'm out of here. Have a good day. Oh, yeah. If you want to keep the conversation going, you're welcome to join the Discord. Yes, of course, it's free. Free. It shouldn't cost money to talk to people, to other people. So, yeah, it's free. Just beware of spammers. We do pretty good at that, though. All right. I'm out of here. Have a good one. Later.